being fully disclosed, which I think is a horrible thing. I remember, I think we've used many times federated media to do different things, which you actually pay for. You have campaigns, but I think it has to be relevant, right? You can't have a blogger who's speaking about, oh, today's a great day and buy my Gerber baby product, because it looks kind of weird. It's the same thing when we watch it on a TV telenovela, which happens many times, and the guy suddenly has the product, you know. And so, you know, it becomes too much in your face. I think one of the things, and I'll give you a little example of a campaign we ran once. We had a company that was selling all this technology stuff that nobody really understood what they did. And, you know, the new tagline was the human network. And so we went to Federated Media and we said, we want your bloggers to talk about this. And I said, well, we don't want to talk about technology and servers and racks. And, you know, what is this? I said, we want just people to ask the question, what is the human network? So we got 10 or 15 bloggers to kind of what to them means the human network. And we had it already, you know, sponsored by our client. And it changed the dialogue. It made a dialogue about something more real. So we were very clear on saying this is sponsored by this company. This is our tagline, and you're able to talk about this. So I think that's one thing you should be very open and clear about. Because, I don't know if you guys read an ad just a couple of weeks ago, a group of bloggers were invited to a restaurant to eat a meal that was supposed to be cooked by a chef, and it turned out to be one of these meals made by Stouffer's or whoever it was. I'm not sure who the brand was that did this. When the bloggers found out, they felt cheated. They said, you know, we got invited to a meal by Chef so-and-so, and this turned out to be a PR stunt that we weren't a part of. You were using us to say, hey, what a beautiful restaurant and what a nice meal, but that's not what we signed up to be. So I think that you have to be true to everyone. So you can't fool the bloggers, you can't want to fool the audiences. I think you have to be very clear. So in that sense, that is. On the second part, what you talked about is how to get people talking well about my product is have a good product. Yeah. You know, I think, you know, we've all seen that, you know, you have acquisition of clients and they like your brand, but how do you get them to become your cheerleaders is really by having a deep CRM and a very deep relationship with them. People don't become your fans simply a fan of a product, and this is not from a social media standpoint, we're just a fan of any product. Because of no reason, right? You like Nike shoes because when you run, it feels good. And you might like New Balance because they feel better when you run. I mean, there are reasons why you do things. So I think in order for you to get people to really become your cheerleaders and really become advocates for your brand, you need to really look and see what are the touch points that these people are willing to share their good experiences. And I don't think you can just flip a switch and here are all my cheerleaders. It really is a process. And that's why I say it has something to do with CRM and creating the ability of starting a conversation, understanding what those positive points are, being able to nurture those so when there is a crisis, or hopefully it's not a crisis, but you want to showcase, hey, look how great I am, because people believe it. So I think that's a whole marketing strategy versus just having somebody flip on and off, because I think that would be very difficult, you know, to do without having the whole CRM piece to it.
Well, for us, we respect the blogger experience, the blogger relationship. It's been very helpful to us with State Farm Bank, and as I mentioned earlier, this financial literacy initiative. How we're working with the bloggers is because we're working through a blogger network as opposed to going directly to each blogger. We found that to be very helpful to us. We partnered with Hispanicize, and now Hispanicize has being Latino repped in, as well as Latina mom bloggers. And as you sure are